Hey y'all, this is going to be a pretty short video today. Now that we have the list of, if we did our homework from last time, now that we have the list of what we really want our life to look like, what sort of things would be our dream, what our dream existence would be, now we get to do the deep work of inviting God into this space with us and asking Him to show us our heart through what we've written. Part of abuse is that we tend to judge everything through the lens of our abuser. We almost make him a god in our head, and even after leaving the abuse, we will still hear him in our head, still hear the abuser in our head judging us for things, and make all of our decisions through his lens. So this is going to be an exercise in moving away from that, setting him aside, and focusing on God being our God and asking God to show us our own heart through his eyes instead of through the judgment of our abuser. So with that list from yesterday that you wrote out, invite God into the space and ask him, why do you want the things that you want on that list? Because everything that we want is for one of two reasons. People only make decisions for one of two reasons. We are either wanting to move towards pleasure or we are wanting to move away from pain. That's the only reason anyone does anything. So every single thing that your heart wants is going to stem from one of those reasons. Now, if you start hearing a voice of condemnation for your dreams, that's not God. That's the inner abuser still hanging on. So I just want to throw that out there and clarify that, because asking God to show you your heart, he's going to love the opportunity to step into that space. And if you're hearing a bully inside telling you, this is selfish, you're wanting too much, who do you think you are to dream these things? Who do you think you are to want a life this way? That's not God. So just set that aside and wait for the stillness. Wait for the peace, because when God shows up, there is peace. When the enemy shows up through the voice of our abusers, there is guilt and shame. So you're looking for the peace. But ask God with all these different things. Be like, what do you want to show me here? What is my core need here? And the core need's never the top need. So if you have a desire and then you say, well, why do I want that? Well, I want it because of this. And you say, well, okay, why do I want that? And you go down a few different layers deep, and God's really good at bringing you through this. And usually the end result, it usually ends on our deathbed. I wrote down an example. So for example, it'd be like, I want to have a loving marriage, a loving relationship. Well, why do you want that? I want the support and the companionship and the joy in life. Okay, well that's good. That's getting there. Why do you want that? I want somebody to grow old with, to share memories with. Why do you want that? And then it comes down to, on my deathbed, I want to have a smile on my face and joy with life. Like, remember a life of joy and not disappointment. So usually that's where the why will end up. But this is just an exercise to let our desires show us who God created us to be, and use our desires as a way for God to work in us and say, this is your heart. Because we have in our mind our abuser's definition of our heart. We have our abuser's definition of who we are. And so by looking at all these different things and saying, God, this is what my heart wants. Why? Why is this desire there? Even the extravagant, ridiculous, big, crazy desires that you don't think would ever happen. Why is that even there, God? What is the purpose? So yeah, that will invite God. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. That will invite God into actually showing us our heart and showing us his heart for us. That's all I've got for you today. Tomorrow we're going to tie this whole week together, and it's sort of the big finale that will show us our identity and get us more cemented in that. But this is the next crucial step. So thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow.